Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope that everyone had a good snow day yesterday. Some people were able to stay home from work. I hope everyone is warm and cozy inside. It certainly was a chilly one. This week's Torah reading, Parashat Miketz, continues the story of Joseph and reunites Joseph with his brothers, although his brothers are not aware of their reunion because they don't know that the person they're meeting is their long-lost brother, Joseph, who they assume is dead. I want to talk about one aspect of Joseph, and that is his ability to dream and his ability to interpret the dreams of others. I want to do it by looking at one particular verse from the Torah reading. It's the verse that the Torah gives us when Joseph is describing to Pharaoh what Pharaoh should do now that Joseph has interpreted his dream. The two different dreams that are really one dream that tell of the 7 years of abundance, of plenty, followed by the 7 years of famine. So the Torah says the following, Ve'ata, so now, Yirei Pharaoh ish navon v'chacham. Let Pharaoh find a person of discernment and wisdom and set him over the land of Egypt. And Joseph comes up with a plan and he tells him what he should do. So Pharaoh, of course, appoints Joseph to be that person, appoints Joseph to be the one in charge, the one to fulfill the plan of how to save a lot of food during the years of plenty so that during the years of famine, there would be enough so that everyone would not starve. The commentator Nachmanides, Ramban, living in 13th century Spain, asks the following question. He says, why is it that the Torah tells us the word that the Pharaoh needs to find a man who is navon v'chacham, who is discerning, navon v'chacham, and wise? Ramban goes on to explain that each of those two words describes a different aspect of wisdom. Navon tells us that it's someone who understands social policy, someone who understands exactly how to organize everything so that the Egyptians will have enough when the time comes. And a chacham, according to Nachmanides, is a person who is wise in the ways of agriculture, that he actually knows how to deal with grain and how to store grain so that it won't spoil, so that it will last for years and years and years. What is amazing about this is that Joseph is presented here as a person who can not only interpret dreams, but he is also able to understand how to carry out policy, how to take a dream and turn it into a reality. It's interesting to think about why Pharaoh was not able to understand his own dream. One idea is perhaps Pharaoh could not comprehend the notion that the weak could overpower the strong, that the weak cows would eat the strong cows, that the sheaves of wheat, the same concept. Pharaoh couldn't see what was in front of him because that would mean the destruction of the social order that he understood, that he lived by, that he gained power from. But Joseph could see something that was not necessarily there. He could see beyond what was in front of his eyes. Joseph had that very rare ability, three abilities actually, as the late Rabbi Jonathan Sachs wrote in a beautiful Dvar Torah. He had three great abilities. One was to dream dreams of his own. The second was to interpret the dreams of others. And the third was to find ways of transforming dreams into reality. It is powerful for each one of us to think about how we might fulfill those goals as well. Do we allow ourselves time to dream? Do we allow ourselves to hear the dreams of others and think about how to help them understand their own dreams? And do we give any opportunity to turn our dreams into reality? That crucial third step. I think about these words from George Bernard Shaw, the Irish playwright in the early 20th century. You see things and you say, why? but I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? In order to see a better future, we need to allow ourselves to dream. And then we need to give ourselves that chance to look beyond the walls in front of us and to see the reality that is a little bit out there, but perhaps we make a reality much closer to home for us and for those around us. Shabbat Shalom.